Bassett, that'd be his first Blue Devils first quarter. Tipton number 44, Maconaquah, his first. Blue Devils second. At the line for the Braves, number 23, a range of 2 shots. Number 40, Jay Squad, 3 points. Blue Devils. Foul on number 35, his first, second quarter. At the line for the Blue Devils, number 44, Maconaquah, 2 shots. Entering for the Blue Devils, number 12, Maconaquah. Number 40, Jay Squad, 2 points. Number 44, Maconaquah for the bucket. Assist, Jay Squad. Timeout. 30-second timeout, Maconaquah. Medical coverage for today's event is provided by Franciscan Health, athletic trainer Burke Ingram, and 4K Sports Medicine and orthopedic team physician Dr. Kevin Condon. Together, Franciscan Health and 4K provide sports medicine service that's specifically geared to meet the needs of student athletes. next one for a play to score Tipton 16, Maconaquah 1. Re-entering for the Braves, number 42, Devin Murray. The second period of play will be possession of Maconaquah. Cardinals' third of the quarter. Tipton's number 12, Maconaquah, his third. Reminder to your parents of some discount cards at a big discounted price of only $10. Lots of good discounts on those. See something like it in the cafeteria. Being the fourth period break, possession. Who knows? Maconaquah. Number 44, Grace Falls, is second. At the line for Braves, number 11, Braylon.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's basketball matchup. Tonight, the Blue Devils are going up against the Maconaquah Braves. The Blue Devils are without Jackson Money, so tonight's starting lineup is going to look a little bit different. You've got your four regulars, Carpenter, Quigley, Swan, and Tracy. But with the absence of Jackson Money, who's attending his brother's wedding, congratulations to Dalton and Kennedy Money, Jackson Money will not be able to attend tonight's basketball game. Instead, the Blue Devils get Landon Spidell, number 21, and he plays the forward position, likely going to be more playing of a center type position there, and Tracy will likely have more of a guard responsibilities. So it'll be interesting to see how the Blue Devils miss their third leading scorer, Jackson Money, averaging 13 points per game, 3 rebounds, and about 1.5 assists. So I'm going to look at Tracy here, Ryan Tracy, to really step up for the Blue Devils. Expect him to be a big part in tonight's matchup. But as I said earlier, alongside him, number 3, a junior guard, Grady Carpenter. Number 5, a senior guard, Sam Quigley. Number 11, a senior guard, Nolan Swan, averaging 20 points per game. And rounding out the starting lineup, Ryan Tracy and Landon Spidell. We're about to get the tip-off underway, and it is won by the Maconaquah Braves. We've lost the camera momentarily, but that'll be fixed in just a second here, as Maconaquah scores first. All right, sorry about that, folks. Just had some technical difficulties. Our camera was unfortunately unplugged, but we're back up and ready for action here in the Inferno. A steal by Carpenter. He gets trapped, though, has Quigley. Swings it to Swan. He's going to pull up for a 3, and he's going to connect. Nolan Swan with 3. Landon Spidell on the floor. Gets it to Swan, looking for Carpenter to his left. He has him. And Carpenter with a 2 on the other end. Tipton with a 7-0 burst. And now the three-quarters court pressure for the Blue Devils. Maconaquah able to get it down low. A 3 there off the mark, but it's offensive rebounded by A.J. Kelly. 7-6 Blue Devils as we get back into the thick of it. Carpenter drives inside. Landon Spidell down low, and you can expect to see that a couple more times tonight. Spidell going to see extended minutes surely with Jackson Money out. And that's his favorite way of scoring there. Loves to get the dump down pass from Carpenter. Box set for the Braves. Inbounding beneath their own basket. Kelly has it, gets inside, needs some help. There's Josiah Ball averaging an astounding 30 points per game, trying to get inside. He's called for the travel. Good defense from Grady Carpenter. Carpenter certainly possesses all the necessary abilities to guard a player like Ball. Matches up quite nicely against him, as Carpenter's a taller guard, but he's as quick as any guard in the state. Certainly going to be a task to keep up with Ball, but it's a task for the Braves to keep up with Nolan Swan as he buries another three. Here comes Ball, pushing the pace down court, gets inside, fouled by Spidell. Looks like Tipton's going to need to be careful of that. Josiah Ball averaging 30 points per game, and it's the pace that he provides. There's a perfect example right there shown as he makes his way to the free throw line, shooting two. Gavin Hare will check into the game. Certain to see more minutes out of him as well. I'm not sure how deep into the bench Coach Cliff Hawkins is going to go. Tipton typically plays with 7, but they might need to reach a little bit deeper in there as they are a player short in tonight's game. Full court pressure from the Braves. Ryan Tracy kicks it out to Swan, inside to Quigley. A wraparound pass to Hare, who's waiting on the other post. Gavin Hare with an immediate impact and a nice wraparound pass from Sam Quigley as the Braves, an unforced error. I think it was Ball that actually threw that out of bounds. And a timeout called by Coach John Burris. The Braves coach in his second year at Maconaquah, boasting a 23-10 record. His 25th year coaching overall at 315 and 244 losses. And you would think with a resume like that, it outmatches almost any coach in the state, but not Tipton's. Coach Cliff Hawkins, in his 5th year at Tipton, he's 74 and 33. And in his 43rd year overall, has 571 wins and 392 losses. So it'll certainly be a coaching battle tonight and a battle of the stars as Swan tries to dump it down to Gavin Hare, but he misses on the layup. Josiah Ball at the other end gets inside, a pull-up jumper for him, just off the mark. Looked like a good shot. Was going to find its way in. Swan for his 3rd three of the night. That one no good. The rebound pulled down by Ethan Zeiser. Onto the left now, Kyle, pull up, no good. The rebound to Carpenter, he gets about 7 of those a game. And a quick turnover, Josiah Ball pulls up, might be called for the foul, no, just comes away with 2. Was looking to draw the foul there on Carpenter. Not enough contact to warrant the call. Tracy playing point for the Blue Devils on this possession. They have Carpenter down low, a quick spin inside and a left-handed layup, good, possibly 3. Grady Carpenter with excellent decision-making. Knew exactly what he was going to do the entire time. And we'll see Landon Spidell check back in for the Blue Devils. Carpenter at the line, shooting 1, connects. And we'll see MJ Ellis check back in for the Braves. Tipton with a 7-point advantage, just over halfway into the first quarter. As Maconaquah breaks the press, Josiah Ball dribbles inside. He likes to get to that right hand and penetrate as soon as he gets the ball. Drawing the foul on Nolan Swan. It'll be key for Swan to stay out of foul trouble in a much-needed game for him where Tipton doesn't have as much depth as they usually do. You need all the players you can get on the court. Zeiser on the left wing has ball. A three for him, connects. Tracy on the right wing. He's defended by Ellis. Carpenter up top, Swan for another three. Connects with his third. Nolan Swan on fire from beyond the arc. But Josiah Ball trying to get to work inside, but Carpenter wins the rebound battle. Out to Tracy on the left. Not many options for him. Carpenter gets inside, kick out, corner three for Quigley. Also connects. Tipton with a double-digit lead. So some good transition offense for the Blue Devils as they see themselves with an early double-digit lead. But you got to be careful of Ball. Carpenter got a piece of that. He averages 1 block a game, and he's going to get 2 more on the other end. No! Misses the dunk. Ball was putting on some pressure from behind. It might have been enough to disrupt the shot as the three no good, but the long rebound favors Maconaquah. Nolan Swan with the charge, though, favors Tipton. You come to expect that out of Swan. Very smart on his timing for those charge calls. And he's always looking for them when the time calls for it. A pull-up jumper for him. That one going to be well short. The rebound to Maconaquah. That's a three attempted from A.J. Kelly. No good. The ball finds the hands of Carpenter, who finds Ryan Tracy down court, and another timeout called by Coach John Burris. This will be a 30-second timeout by the Braves. About a minute and a half to go, and an immediate steal by Quigley off the errant inbounds pass. Swan looking for a turnover there. Well recovered by Maconaquah, but they might turn it over again. A bit sloppy play. Everybody's on the ground. And at the end of it, a foul on Landon Spidell. And you see immediately Gavin Hare get up from the bench. Box set for Maconaquah. They're going to look to go into Ball. Isolation, and finally Quigley goes out to help. They drive inside. That was A.J. Kelly. Swan for a corner three. Another one for Swan. He's on fire. 4 threes for him already. And a rebound by Tracy. He's going to have to come up huge in that department. And so far, so good. Gavin Hare looking for his 4th point, but swarmed by Brave defenders. Tipton's going to have to rely on Gavin Hare now that Landon Spidell has 2 fouls. It'll be up to Hare to fill in that 5 slot. Tipton, a team usually going 7 deep in ball games. They can empty their bench if needed. That one, we'll see what the call is. Looks like a defensive foul, blocking foul. So you can go ahead and count the bucket by Tracy. MJ Ellis in a bit of pain here. Might have taken a knee to the midsection. So we will see Ryan Tracy at the line, trying to finish off the three-point play here to round out the first quarter. He sure will. 14-point lead for the Blue Devils. Here comes Josiah Ball, trying to get by, and Carpenter might have picked up the foul. Looks like he will. Not quite 0 seconds left on the clock. Just about 3. Carpenter's first foul, though. Almost coming out of the half clean, or the quarter, sorry. Quite cleanly. Will pick up the foul with 3 seconds left to go. And Ball, as you would expect, able to convert on the first. Ball already with 8 points, make that 9. Still trailing Swan, 1 second heave for Carpenter just off the right side. And so Tipton's going to go into the second quarter with a 31-19 lead. Starting off the second quarter, Blue Devils basketball. Maconaquah playing a zone for this time around. Carpenter on the left. Into Tracy on the elbow, dribbles it out, and a turnover by Ryan Tracy. Allows Reeser to bring it up. Over to Ball. He wants to get to that right hand. Carpenter's going to have to start forcing him left. He's done a good job defending so far. That being said, Ball still with 9 points. Possibly more. We did miss a few points at the very beginning when we had that technical issue that we were trying to fix. So he may have more. We don't know. What we do know is Nolan Swan leading the way with at least 12, possibly 14. We're going to have to go back and see who got the first points for the Blue Devils. So if anybody in the live stream chat can help us out there, that would be greatly appreciated. Now to kick off the quarter, Quigley tried for a 3. Wasn't able to connect with that one. A.J. Kelly pulls down the rebound. Kyle, back out to Kelly. That's Reeser for an open 3, connects. Now the Blue Devils trying to break the press. They have Quigley in the corner. Tracy and Quigley working together on that left side. Tracy gets some space, kick out. That's a long 3 from Carpenter. Off the mark. Spidell pulls down the rebound, swung out. Tracy wants Carpenter. Has free space in the middle, a dump down pass. Turned over, but Carpenter tries to fight for it back. It will go back to the Braves. Carpenter upset with that one there. Maconaquah, they must have had that on the scouting report, I would imagine. Oh, that's right. The screen did go black during the technical difficulty, so you won't be able to see who got the first points. We're going to have to go back and see if we can find that out. Our stats are going to be incorrect for the time being, but just off by 2 points for the Blue Devils and 4 points for the Braves. So we'll see if we can get that resolved. In the meantime, Carpenter going to try a three. That one off the right side. Quigley fights for the rebound, but it goes to Ball. And he gets about 7 of those per game. Gets inside, off the front iron, no good. Tracy collects the rebound, has Swan to his left, uses him. That one a little bit ahead of Swan, so he's going to have some work to do. Kicks it back out. Carpenter wants to get to his right hand, a dump down pass to Landon Spidell, who finishes off the play. That's exactly what Carpenter is looking for. He wants that bottom person on the zone to come up and challenge him because he knows it's an easier shot for Spidell than a floater from Carpenter. So the Braves feeding right into the hands of Carpenter, who's working the defense exactly how he wants. A bit of trouble here. I hope they go with a jump ball. They sure do. Would have been unfortunate for another Blue Devil to pick up a foul. And this is interesting from the Blue Devils. Peyton Oller getting some of his first look at first half action, perhaps all season, certainly at home. So it'll be interesting to see how he slots in. Primarily plays guard, but for this particular lineup, it'll be interesting to see what kind of role he plays. Obviously, he won't be the primary ball handler, as Carpenter and Swan are sure to dominate in that aspect. So we'll see what kind of role Oller can fill. Perhaps adding 3 immediately off the mark, and the rebound pulled down by the Braves. Josiah Ball, a pull-up 2, connects. You can tell he practices that shot quite often, and it looks just second nature to him at this point. Quigley over to Oller on the right side. Now Swan, blocking foul. I think that's the right call. A.J. Kelly was looking for the charge call, of course. And I think the determining factor was just that Swan didn't really have anywhere else to go. And so at that point, the ref's forced to call the blocking foul. We'll see Ryan Tracy back in for Sam Quigley. Tracy going to set up the offense this time around. Got to be careful of dribbling to his left hand. Josiah Ball is waiting, but he splits the defense excellently. Now some work to do on the right side. Maconaquah looking for the traps, but they're not looking at Landon Spidell, who's in his prime feasting position down there on the block. You're going to need some more eyes on Landon Spidell if you're a Brave defender, as that one doesn't connect, but Josiah Ball in the perfect position for the rebound. Fast break chance. It's up to Ryan Tracy. Not many options for him, so he hands it off. A hockey assist for Ryan Tracy. From Tracy to Carpenter to Spidell, and he's got 2 more. Spidell with a great impact. I've been very impressed with his first half performance. Needed on the defensive end now. Pulls down the rebound, fighting his own teammate for it. Carpenter on the left side has Oller to his left, but he has Landon Spidell to his right. Somebody stop this man, but the Braves can't do it. Tough shoes to fill, or big shoes to fill rather, for Landon Spidell, but I'd say he's doing so excellently so far. Again, no Jackson money for the Blue Devils. Attending his brother's wedding, congratulations to the Monies. As Swan will be fouled on the fast break attempt. Probably the best case scenario for the Blue Devils. There weren't really that many options there for Swan. So coming away with the Braves foul there is a welcome sign for Nolan Swan. And so short minutes for Peyton Oller, but pretty solid nonetheless. Only one shot attempt that didn't connect. So not a bad performance from the freshman, who's sure to see more minutes tonight. As Carpenter has to get by. Spidell, a tough battle, but he gets the offensive rebound. I really don't know how. Carpenter gets to his left hand, gets all the way to the basket. And it's been the duo of Carpenter and Spidell here in the second quarter. It was a solo effort by Swan, and the solo effort continues from Josiah Ball. Clock's about 20 seconds behind here on our end. Just past 2 minutes here in the second quarter. We'll see if we can catch up at a dead ball. Tipton unlikely to save for the last shot. Unlikely to do so even with a minute left. Keep your eyes on Sam Quigley down there. Tipton has a 2-on-1 advantage down low in the post. Into the corner for Tracy, though. Not able to connect with that one. Josiah Ball brings it up, gets to his left hand, pulls up, and is fouled by Carpenter. 89 seconds left to go in the quarter. And so we're going to try to catch back up with the clock. A minute 29 to go. As the Braves get it in, a box set. Josiah Ball up top for the Braves. Tipton in a 2-3 zone. Needs to be careful of the man with the ball right now. As he gets it. Could be enough space for him to shoot. But it'll be Miller instead to try a three and connect. Still a double-digit lead for Tipton. It's been a really solid first half from them, despite being a man down. And the offenses look good. They found the gaps when they've needed to. A corner three, Quigley. This could be huge. And a three connects from Sam Quigley. Tipton's done a great job of picking apart the Maconaquah zone. They've gotten really, really good looks. Maconaquah, perhaps in the halftime break, going to switch up the defense a little bit there because right now it's just too easy for Tipton as Carpenter is fouled going to the basket. Carpenter at the line shooting two. 27 seconds left to go in the half. The first one, no good. Carpenter struggled from the line here as of recently. Hasn't been quite up to his standards. And for Tipton, they've only shot 67% from the free throw line. Seems a little bit low for their standards. And back into the game is Peyton Aller. Really just to prevent any fouls from Carpenter. And so here come the Braves. They average 76 points. Currently, Tipton's holding them to a great pace. The same cannot be said on the other end. Tipton's offense has exploded here in the first half. 45 points for them. And the defense has been solid enough. Another half exactly like this, and Tipton will have everything they need to take the victory in this game. 8 seconds left now. Aller back to Swan. Into the corner, Gavin Hare for a corner three before the buzzer. No. Can Quigley chuck it up? No, he cannot. And that'll send us into the second half with Tipton with a pretty good lead for, all things considered. Tipton leads 45-31. We'll be right back with the second half action. And we're right back with some second half action. We checked with Carrie Capshaw at the scores table, so shout out to her. Turns out Swan with the missing 2 points for Tipton. He has 14. And Josiah Ball with all 4 missing points there for the Braves. He is at 17, leading the Braves. It's been mostly just the one-man show there for Maconaquah. Their next leading scorer is Reeser with just 5. For Tipton, Carpenter has 8, Hare with 2, Quigley with 6, Swan with 14 leading the way, Tracy with 5, and Spidell in double digits in the first half with 10. And there goes A.J. Kelly adding in the first 2 points for Maconaquah, but right back at him is Spidell trying to pick up 2 more. That one deflected out of bounds by Maconaquah. An interesting setup here for Tipton. Out of bounds, they want Quigley. And their intended target, Jackson Money, out. So it'll be interesting to see who's the next one up for Tipton for those out of bounds plays. I know they love that play where they go to Money, spinning immediately inside. But they might not run it here, as we'll see if anybody else is really comfortable with taking that role, or if they're just going to have to go to something else. Regardless, Carpenter scores inside and gets the scoring going for Tipton. And a blocking foul for Quigley. Didn't establish the position in time. Josiah Ball draws the contact. I think the discussion here is whether or not it's going to be a shooting foul. It doesn't look like it will be. We'll stay on the floor. Box set. Target, Ball. As Maconaquah, they get it inside. And a traveling violation from A.J. Kelly, who got inside. Kelly with 4 points. But he did a lot of the distributing for Maconaquah. Tracy and Carpenter working it up together. Carpenter gets all the way inside. A pull-up floater is good. I like that shot out of him. He's a two-way threat there. Obviously, you've seen Spidell with 10 points, and most of them, if not all of them, have come from Carpenter. But he's also got that little floater that he likes to add every now and then. Certainly a pass-first type of guard. But he can score it when needed, and he will certainly be needed in this game as a timeout called by Coach Burris of the Braves. 6:30 left to go. Tipton leads by 14. So no progress made by either team coming out of halftime. A small sample size, though, only about a minute and a half. And I'd like to take this time to thank everybody watching from the live stream. I've seen Ryan Foster, Lucy Hutterly, and Randy Gutierrez all participating in the chat. So if you want me to know anything or just have anything to say about the game in general, there's a chat feature on the YouTube live stream that you can use if you want to communicate with me or any other Blue Devil fans. As in the top there, you see the final score of the JV game, Tipton 57, Maconaquah 43. So a great showing there from the Tipton Junior Varsity. And the most impressive thing about them for me is their rebounding. Such a tall team. In fact, taller than the varsity lineup when you go body for body. So certainly a tough team for any junior varsity team to play against. And that is why they got the win tonight. But back into the varsity show. Quigley for a 3. That one going to be well short. And the rebound pulled down by Kyle. On the other end, that pass just a little out of the hands of Ethan Zeiser. Sprinting his way down the other end. But it's not going to result in too much. On the left side of your screen, you see Swan being face guarded by A.J. Kelly. He had a 14-point first half. So it certainly warrants the attention. Carpenter trying to cook up an idea. And a hockey assist for Carpenter and a great wraparound pass by Sam Quigley. What an unselfish play, as he knew Landon Spidell would be there, as he typically is, waiting for the ball to come into him, and he will gladly contribute 2 points for the Blue Devils. Josiah Ball, the hot hand on the other end, tries to chase down his own rebound. It'll be fought for and stay with the away team. And we'll get another look at number 35, Oakley Reeser, the 6'2 senior for the Braves. And they get it down low to Ball. Not really many options to work with, but he will have a teammate outside who buries the three. That was number 20, Fuddy Kyle. Adding 3 for the Braves. Tracy on the left, the Tipton offense, dropping 45 points in the first half. Another showing like that, and they would have everything they need to win the game. Only 6 points here in the first 3 minutes of the second half. So it'll be a monumental effort to catch back up and reach the 90-point target, but at the end of the day, you don't need to get to 90, you just need to win the game. And Carpenter with 2 points contributes to that effort. Josiah Ball, a 3-level scorer. Quigley's kept him out for now. Josiah Ball hasn't taken many threes. We know he can shoot, but when he can get inside at will like he's done, there's really no reason to shoot. And so Carpenter on the other end trying to get by Ball, gets the and one. Carpenter with a reminder of whose house this is. Carpenter unable to finish the three-point play. It's been a struggle for him as of late. And a turnover by the Braves will give Tipton another opportunity on the other end. And some debris on the floor will be dealt with by the officials. Carpenter with the ball. Swung over to Quigley. Waiting for an opportunity or creating one of his own as Josiah Ball pulls down the rebound. Kicked out. And a three connects for Fuddy Kyle. Tipton holding on to that 14-point lead. Again, neither team making progress as Tracy has a momentary 5-on-4 as he beat the defender. As they get it inside to Swan, a kick out to Quigley, who can't contribute on that end. But a save in. Numbers advantage for Maconaquah on the other end, heading the other way. And a foul picked up by Tipton. As the ball makes its way in. A.J. Kelly with it. And that's Ball for a three. Not able to connect, and the rebound fought for by Carpenter. He'll be fouled for his efforts. .259 left to go. The Blue Devils lead by 14. Carpenter will bring it up for the Blue Devils. As Quigley has Swan in the middle of the court. Step back for him. Deflected. on the other end. Ball gets inside, gets Carpenter to jump, and gets the foul. That'll be on number 3, Carpenter. His 3rd foul of the game, which will spark the debate for Cliff Hawkins to put in a substitution there. I see Gavin Hare down low at the scores table. One free throw converted by Ball. And Hare actually comes in for Spidell instead, so very important not to pick up another foul if you're Carpenter. A person who's had the majority of the ball handling responsibilities. This time he will give it up to Spidell. It looks like the scoreboard is working as intended now. A new addition to the Tipton Athletics live stream. You'll see on the right side of that scoreboard some interesting stats that are going to go and play along. And so just for viewers' convenience, as you can see, the rebounds leader, Carpenter, with 7. And it'll just play some stats just like that, just so the fans can have a little bit more insight as to what the Blue Devils are up to. And we know what Sam Quigley's up to, trying to come away with a steal. A timeout called by Coach Hawkins, and that's going to give them possession heading out of the timeout. Great hustle play there by Quigley. Able to get that steal. So it's been a scrappy half for Tipton. And again, the magic number 14. Tipton can't make much more progress than that, but they're not the team that needs to. Maconaquah trailing the majority, if not all, of the game. And so 1:56 left to go in the 3rd. The main issue for Tipton right now is Carpenter, with those 3 fouls looming over his head, going to have to be careful. The last thing he wants to do is pick up his 4th foul here into the 3rd quarter. And that would put more pressure on guys like Quigley and Tracy, as now your main scoring options are taken out of the game. As Swan hasn't been able to get going in the 3rd, but he's been a great distributor, playing the role that's required and playing it excellently. Blue Devils in their zone that's given Maconaquah a bit of trouble, but it's no trouble for Fuddy Kyle as he buries another triple. That's his 3rd 3 of the 3rd quarter. Trying to match Swan for 4 in a quarter. Swan with 4 of his in the 1st. As Carpenter wants to join the party, not going to, and the rebound pulled down by Zeiser. Onto the left now. Ball in the middle of the lane will be fouled. I don't know if they're going to call that a shooting foul or if it's going to be on the floor. Regardless, the foul is on Sam Quigley. Just the 2nd foul on him. It looks like they will call that one a shooting foul. And so Josiah Ball shooting 2 for the Braves. Efficient at the line as he connects with the 1st. And now a 12-point lead for Tipton. The magic number broken, but it could be gotten right back. As Tracy into the corner, needs some help, has Swan, who has Hare, kicked out. Carpenter, baseline, swung over to Tracy. 2 dribbles and a handoff to Swan for 3, and he gets going in the 3rd quarter late. Excellent ball movement from the Blue Devils, dissecting the defense. And a spin move inside for Ball. Such an excellent scorer is he. He's done most of his work in the mid-range, which is a forgotten art here as of recently, as that one last out of bounds on Gavin Hare. Brings back Spidell into the lineup. Now starters for Tipton. But not for long, as Peyton Uller will check back in for the final 25 seconds. Here comes A.J. Kelly, as Cliff Hawkins not wanting Carpenter to pick up his fourth foul for no reason. The ball swung around. Obviously, you're looking for your 30-point per game scorer here, but instead it'll be A.J. Kelly to connect with a three, and we're within 10. Swan on the other end, 4 seconds to go. A 3-point heave, not going to connect, and Tipton scraping by. A bit of a sloppy last couple of minutes there in the third quarter. But we're going to be right back into the fourth quarter in just a minute. Your scoring leaders after 3 quarters. Carpenter now the leading scorer for Tipton. He had 10 in the third quarter, 18 total. 2 for Hare, 6 for Quigley, 17 for Swan, 8 for Tracy, and 12 for Spidell. On the other end for the Braves, A.J. Kelly getting going in the third quarter. He has 9, 13 for Kyle, 23 for Ball, 3 for Miller, and 5 for Reeser. As Carpenter looks to push the pace into the corner, Swan going to try a three, going to make a three as well. And that was a much-needed bucket there for Tipton, as they just weren't really able to get going at the end of that third quarter. So it's nice to see them starting off a little bit better in the fourth. But a turnover for Swan's not going to help. Tries for the steal, but he's going to get the foul instead. So Tipton needing to become a little bit more level-headed here. They've kind of lost what was working for them. The fluid offense just wasn't really clicking in that last quarter. With that said, they still scored about 20, but it just wasn't in the fashion that they would have looked for. And the defense slowed down a little bit as well, as Ball wants another trip to the line. So that's exactly what he's going to get. Such a problem to deal with for Tipton. Such a great scorer, averaging 37 rebounds and 3 assists. Along with that, 3 steals and 35% from 3. So just an all-around great player. And sure to play at the next level. We've been informed he's 31 points away from 1,000 points coming into the game. He currently sits at 24, so I would say it's pretty likely he gets there. But Tipton certainly doesn't want to see that. It'll be interesting to see how they do that ceremony that many players get for scoring 1,000, because it'll come at such a late point in the game. So it'll be interesting to see if they kill a team's momentum, if they have it at that point. Right now it's a back-and-forth fiesta. Neither team able to pull away from each other, but Tipton back at the 2-touchdown lead, and Josiah Ball walks his way back to the free throw line. You can't really complain about these calls. He certainly earned every single one. Two more free throws for Ball. And he finally comes up short with one. Tipton with going to be breathing a breath of fresh air there, as they finally see that Josiah Ball is human and he can miss a free throw. in their last 35 years, Maconaquah actually has the series lead, 5 wins to Tipton's 2. John Harrell predicted this one to be a 70-57 Tipton win. He's pretty close right now, but there's 7 minutes to go, and I doubt we're going to have 1 point for each team in that run. As Tracy tries a 3, that one just off the mark. Looked pretty good from where I'm at. But in their last matchup, Maconaquah actually did get the victory, 76-55, a blowout at their place. And that was back on December 13th, of 2022. As Quigley with an unselfish pass, Spidell gets fouled and wasn't able to hold on a second. They called a travel there, but to be quite honest with you, I didn't see it myself. It looked like it was going to be a foul. That's what one ref called on that play. But instead, we're going the other way with Maconaquah fighting back in the second half. Smart way to save time there from A.J. Kelly. But not a smart play as Quigley comes out with a turnover. And Swan will be fouled going up for the layup. And it's time to see if Nolan Swan can put 2 more in for Tipton. Swan at the line, shooting 1, makes the first. Shooting 2, rather, makes the first. Swan converts on both. 15-point lead for the Blue Devils, but it really doesn't feel that comfortable, does it? They had 14 at the half. Haven't really been able to make much progress then. Of course, it's not up to them to make the progress, but Maconaquah, rather, has some work to do, and they'll chip away just a little bit with a made 2 by Fuddy Kyle. As they cross half court, and they want Carpenter on the left side. Needs some help there, but that one thrown right into the hands of Kyle, who gets to his right hand, unable to finish the layup, and Tracy fights for the rebound. Might have just thrown it out of bounds. It'll be tipped, or will it? It'll stay with Maconaquah. Some arguments made there by Tracy, but all for naught. As Maconaquah with a bit of momentum heading into this offensive possession, but something you're sure not to see again. Thrown right off the backboard into the hands of Carpenter. I haven't seen anything like that, and kind of a crucial possession for Maconaquah. Comes up short, but Carpenter with another turnover. Sloppy play on both ends now. As a smart play, it looks like Tracy's the one to instigate the huddle here. Tipton really just needs to settle down. I wouldn't mind seeing a timeout call, but it makes sense that there wouldn't be one. Tipton really just needs to regroup here and really slow things down. I know that's not really the pace that they like to play at, but sometimes you just need to, and Coach Hawkins knows that. A very experienced coach, rather, in his 43rd year overall. It'd be impressive to see 43 years as a player, certainly in high school. But nonetheless, he is a coach. And his experience calls for the timeout, trying to get Tipton back on the same page in order just to close out the game. You just have to survive for 5 minutes and 14 seconds. And with the way Tipton was playing, you weren't really sure it was going to happen, but that could change here with a timeout. We know Tipton has timeouts that completely change the way the game's heading out. And so we're hoping that that'll be the case here. Of course, for the better if you're a Blue Devils fan. It's been a hard-fought game by both teams. Neither team really able to pull away from the other. Tipton's been ahead for pretty much all of the game, but they just haven't really been able to keep pulling away ever since that second half. They had a great second quarter, but since then it's just been back and forth. An update on Josiah Ball, he has 26, so 5 away from that 31 point that he's looking for. About 5 minutes left to go. Tipton with a 13-point lead. Playing patiently is Tracy. A turnover on this possession would really hurt Tipton. You cannot afford it here. As Quigley gets to his left hand. A bit of a fake there on the dump down pass. Now Maconaquah is more aware of Spidell than ever. Spidell filling in the shoes of Jackson Money. They play different roles, but Spidell's had a great impact in his extended minutes here. A missed three off the hands of Carpenter. Chased down by Maconaquah, and he steps out of bounds. Wasn't necessary either. It was out of bounds off of Carpenter, but Maconaquah tracked it down anyway. And so Tipton comes away, forcing the turnover that they were looking for. Tracy on the left side, defended by Ball, gets by him easily enough, but favors the clock more than the points. Nolan Swan disagrees, though. Nolan Swan says, give me those three. And a shout out to Ryan Hutterly checking in from the Money Wedding. And a big congratulations to Dalton and Kennedy, spending their first few hours here as a wedded couple. Of course, Dalton Money, a former Tipton basketball player and a great contributor in his varsity years. Spidell with 2 shots after being fouled. The first free throw off the back iron. Oakley Reeser back in for the Braves. This would be an excellent win for Tipton if they are able to close it out. Being shorthanded against a great Maconaquah team who comes in at 7-2, ranked 16 in 3A, 95th in the state. It's been an offensive battle. 77-58 for Tipton. A three from Reeser is going to connect, the immediate impact off the bench, and a timeout called by Coach John Burris. It'll be a full timeout, give his players a bit of time to think, rest, and prepare for the final 3:52. And number 45, it looks like, Caden Miller back in for Maconaquah. And I'd like to take this time to say, get well soon to the Tipton mayor for the past few years, Tom Dozel. He suffered a heart attack, I believe, on Christmas Day, and so he is still recovering. I believe he's back now in the comfort of his own home. There was some complications with the hospital. We're not going to get too deep into that, but we hope for a speedy recovery and hope to see Tom Dozel back at 100%. It's always shocking to see, devastating attacks like that on the Tipton community and how it affects them. Of course, you see the All In for Alec logo right there in the center of your scoreboard. Another way the communities come together, surrounded by basketball even. A lot of people that we've known in the basketball community showing support for my brother as he did come out victorious over cancer. In the lane for Carpenter, and a chance to get to 80 for the Blue Devils. Second foul on Zeiser, and Maconaquah shifting players, cycling them in and out, trying to find a lineup that'll work for them, trying to keep players fresh and put the pressure on Tipton. Carpenter at the line shooting one. Makes one. Josiah Ball, a quieter fourth quarter for him. He's only got 3 and might have even gotten away with a foul call there, was Spidell. So Tipton has a 19-point lead. They have everything they need to close out the game, but a costly turnover there is not going to help, but a bit of a sloppy play. I'm not even sure what to say about that until finally a bit of a breakage in the play as Quigley makes up for the turnover by being fouled. Just the 4th team foul for Maconaquah, so one more will send Tipton to the line. but not quite yet. They're going to have to wait till one more. 3:20 left to go. They get it into Swan, who needs to be careful. He has Spidell, who takes the shot. Oh, nearly made it. Would have been something impressive to see there. But Spidell had a 10-point first half, a 2-point third quarter, and has one in the fourth, and a chance to add two more. That one coming up short for Spidell. It'll have to be fast and efficient for the Braves. And that's the kind of pace that favors Josiah Ball. Averages 30. He's got 28. So, an average game for Josiah Ball. That 31 point going to get him to 1,000. But right now, I think he'd rather have the victory than the 1,000 points. A pull-up two for him. No good. But the putback is for A.J. Kelly. Maconaquah will not back down. As Tipton trying to break the press. Josiah Ball might have gotten away with a foul. Swan trying to draw the charge. And a foul on Tracy at the end of it. The ranking of these schools, Tipton 33rd in Indiana, Maconaquah 95th. These two do play in different classes. You've seen on the scoreboard down below, Tipton's number 4 in 2A, and Maconaquah number 16 in 3A, boasting a 7-2 record. Tipton still perfect on the season, 10-0. Also coming off of that championship at the Clinton Central Holiday Tournament, taking down teams like Clinton Prairie, Western, and the Noblesville Homeschool. The second free throw good for A.J. Kelly. As the press needed to be broken and a foul called. It was Reeser jumping in the air trying to steal the pass that he expected Swan to throw. Swan puts it on the floor instead and gets kicked in the gut for his efforts. Obviously not intentional, so. And not really enough contact to warrant anything flagrant. Swan connects with another one. And his fourth quarter burst continues for Nolan Swan. We've got him for 15 in the fourth quarter alone. So his third quarter, only 3 points, but a 15-point fourth quarter. Spidell trying to connect with two at the other end, and he will. I'd love to get the chance to talk to him at the end of this ball game and see what his thoughts are about having to fill Jackson Money's shoes. Obviously, they're not easy to fill. 13-3 and a 1.5 assists per game is not easy to fill, especially for a guy like Spidell, who plays a completely different role, but he's done an excellent job, if I do say so myself. Coming out of the timeout, Tipton leads 87-69. Has everything they need to close out the game. A deflected pass to Swan, who has Tracy on the left. Probably not going to shoot it at this point. And a deflected pass to Quigley. Tipton just trying to kill as much time as they possibly can. That one through the hands of Tracy, but he's able to collect. Now trapped, and a timeout called by Hawkins, Coach Hawkins, to save the possession. Tipton with the possession as it goes immediately back into Tracy. A minute and a half left to go. Tipton trying to kill as much time as they possibly can, as they are going to remain undefeated on the season, moving on to 11-0, and this is probably their second best victory of the entire season. Of course, the first coming against the 3A, one of the favorites to win the entire state championship in 3A, Delta, coming off that overtime win at the Muncie Fieldhouse. That was, to me, by far their most impressive performance and their most impressive victory. But this one, with all the factors considered, with no Jackson Money and going up against Ball averaging 30, this is probably the second most impressive game that I've seen them play here. As a turnover that's not going to mean much in the very end by Swan. It gets swung out, and a three buried again by Kyle. He's had a great second half himself. A key contributor to Maconaquah's effort that's going to come up just short. As it looks like the Carpenter family checking in from Oklahoma. Always love having you guys on the stream. I know you're out there watching each and every single event that we have on the live stream, so I very much appreciate everybody that comes out and supports. Swan with 2 free throws. And that should just about do it, as the Blue Devils are going to move on to 11-0 and end this one on a 89-72 victory if neither team's able to score. But Ryan Tracy with a chance actually to get to 90. And so I said 90 was going to be pretty hard to achieve, but Ryan Tracy has everything he needs to try. The free throw is good, and Tipton with back-to-back 45-point quarters. And that should just about do it, as a 2 connects there for Maconaquah, but it's going to be just a bit short, as Tipton's going to end this one 91-74. Tipton coming out with a very impressive victory and a great night all around. Another Carpenter checking in from Deerfield Beach down in Florida. Much better weather, I would assume, than we have here in Tipton right about now. We'll be right back, and when we come back, we should have an interview with Landon Spidell filling in the shoes of Jackson Money. We will see you shortly. Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back with Landon Spidell. Landon, you had big shoes to fill here with Jackson Money in the starting lineup. Tell me a little bit about how the team dynamic changes with the absence of Jackson.
I don't think the team really changes. We're like a good offensive team who learns to pass the ball well. Obviously, Jackson can't help us in the transition, but we make ways to not use the transition.
And furthermore on that, how did you personally get ready for your starting role tonight?
Good dinner. And lots of rest and film.
And we're going to talk a little bit about Maconaquah now. Josiah Ball comes in averaging 30 points per game on the season. What makes him such a dangerous player in your eyes?
The fact that he takes so many shots, whether they're in the lane or anywhere, but most of his shots come from the lane. So the fact that we did our best to stop him and did well, it was pretty good.
And then your teammate, Nolan Swan, actually outperformed Josiah Ball tonight. He had 34 on the night. What's it like to play with a guy like him?
It's super fun to have a player like Nolan who can shoot the ball and pass the ball when he needs to. So it's just a really fun player to play with.
And then you've got Bethesda Christian coming up a little bit tomorrow. What are you guys going to do to prepare for a team like that?
Watch a lot of film, get our team chemistry ready, and just see what happens.
And then I'll leave the floor open to you if you have any shout-outs to any fans out there that are watching.
Shout out to my mom and my dad, and then my grandparents who are in Florida.
All right. Thank you, Landon.
Thank you.
Landon Spidell, ladies and gentlemen. Landon had 16, filling in some big shoes from Jackson Money, who was attending his brother's wedding. And alongside him, Nolan Swan with 34. Carpenter added 21. Tracy with 10, Quigley with 8, and Gavin Hare with 2 points. On the other end for Maconaquah, Josiah Ball had 30. Fuddy Kyle with 18, AJ Kelly with 15, Reeser with 8, and Miller with 3. We're going to be back same time tomorrow, 6 p.m. here in the Inferno, as we get to watch the undefeated 11-0 Blue Devils take on Bethesda Christian. We'll see you tomorrow night.